Okay, we're back again. Welcome, hello, and welcome to Cocination Fan TV, the Cocination podcast. And today I am joined by Utato. Hey, Tato, my brother, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Milo, and hello to the viewership there. How are you, my brother?
I am good, Mina Fetu. I'm good. It's good to have you here, and thank you so much again for reaching out and texting me. And now we're here. For those of you who don't know, if you wanna be in this podcast, you can just WhatsApp me on the number below, and then you'll be part of the show as well. Now, Tato, I always start by asking these questions to people who come to the podcast. I'm sure you've seen. Uguti, how do you think the team has done under Atazwane? Maybe if you can rate his performances and how he has managed the team since taking over. So, what have been your thoughts about Uzwane so far?
So far, Bill, I can say it's going well, but the team lacks so much, man. I think the team lacks. I don't know what to say. It's a team spirit or confidence in the players, because some of the players are not performing.
Sure.
They are underperforming. I don't know why. Or it's something that happening in training and stuff. I don't know, but most of our players are underperforming because I think the squad that we have can compete, but so far, I don't know how are we on number 3 with the squad that we are having there.
I want to go to that point actually. Yoguti, one of the players that a lot of people have talked about is Khama Billiat, because some people are saying Billiat is bad because Velu Billiat has never shown a motivation, blah blah blah. But some people are saying no, he's being played out of position, he's not being coached well, and other players as well who are not performing. People are blaming that on Uzwane. So I know you said you don't really know, but when you're observing, what do you think is the most possible explanation for the players who are not really doing what we're expecting from them?
I think maybe there is the problem with the coaching staff because of the movement. Billiat is that player that whenever he performs, there have to be a lot of movement around him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, also Sikota is playing on the left-hand side. It's far. And then even Dhoni is underperforming this season. I don't know why. So there is no movement in that front three of ours because even interchanging of position, it does not happen. So I think that is the case because there is no movement. If you can take a look, when Billiat was still at Mamelodi Sundowns, there was a lot of movement. Even at Ajax, there was movement. Also, there's no movement. I don't know how Atazwane is putting this attacking players and practicing how to attack. I don't know, but maybe it can be some personal stuff is undergoing and stuff. Or the coaching staff is not doing very well when it comes to him.
Because I think Vele, there are people who, when this video go live, they will say, I ain't get that. Because here's the thing. When it comes to Billiat with regards to how much effort he puts in, I've defended to Billiat, I won't lie. I've been defending him so much. And I'm still trying to give him a benefit of the doubt to Guti. Maybe there are certain things that are not going right. For example, in Dabayoguti, he does not show intensity when he's marking, like putting pressure on the goalkeepers or whatever that needs to be done. My question is that, can we blame the coaching staff for a player not pressing an opponent when an opponent has the ball?
Yeah, I think so, because this thing of pressing, they do them at training because you cannot press alone because you will leave the space. We are one of you.
I hear you.
So even you can see even our all of the front three doesn't press high. And even our defense, as soon as we lose the ball, they drop back. To our goalkeeper, so that even the opponent lose the ball, they can deal with it bad. That's the strategy, I think, because there are types of pressing. It's either it's a high press, then you press the defenders and stuff, or you set the
traps,
press traps. Or if the ball goes to that guy, we will press him. The very same thing they did to Londo when we played the derby.
Sure.
Because when Londo received the ball, it was only Billiat and Matt. They rushed to him. Maybe that was a press trap. So I think the coaching staff doesn't really believe in pressing high. They rather say, let them have the ball, they will load and we will deal with it, and then we will play from here.
Here's the thing when it comes to that, Mina, I don't know. I even made a video. I don't know whether you remember when I said the Chiefs got traumatized by losing 4-0 to Sundowns. Because until that game, I felt like the Chiefs did play high press. You remember how we were playing against Maritzburg United, how Umat was pressing and we were pressing with all the 4 players. To me, it feels like we started like with the high press, but as time went on, we've changed. Angazi, or is me, or you've also seen the same thing? I don't know. Have you seen a change in how we press?
I think so, because a lot of things after the Sundowns game changed. You remember even the formation change when we go and play Cape Town City.
Sure.
Because I think Zwane had a really good thing going on, but after that 4-0, then he changed his mind in lot of aspects in how to approach the game.
Yeah. So then the question is, from there, do you think it changed for the better, or have we gotten kind of worse because of that loss? I know we're number 3, but the question is, if we had continued playing like that, do you think we would be maybe higher than now, or do you think there would be no difference?
I think maybe now we would be number 2 or even number 1. We were coming alright. Yes, we were even ready that no, this is the new dawn. We are going to lift the cup this season. But
Sure.
after that 4-0, things changed. We even lost to Chiba United.
Don't even get me started with that one. Yo, that one hurt me, bro. That hurt me so much. I was hurt. Yes. What? How can that even happen? Now, okay. So we've talked about the Zwane thing. Now we've had a lot of people that have been linked with the Chiefs. Can you just tell me? I won't say any specific name, but what do you think of the names that are linked with the Chiefs?
Maybe let's start off Dinon
Love, sure.
Besides the age and him being injury prone, I think it will be a good signing.
How so? Explain.
Because with him we will not have a point of reference, because playing Caleb there prevents a lot of movement. And then the defense the opponent's defense will deal with him, because if you have a tall striker there, they have one defender with him, then other one pulls back, then other one must attack the ball when we play it long. The second one just disturb Caleb in heading and stuff. Then dealt with him very simple. So with having someone who can play on the feet and who can, like someone like Erasmus, you see how versatile Erasmus is.
Yeah.
That's how Dinondlovu plays. That's how he can run in the pockets. He can come deep and collect. He can turn and he can take on players. So I think we need that kind of a striker.
So with Dinondlovu, if he comes to Chiefs, you see him as a starter, not necessarily as a person adding a depth from how you are speaking about him.
But it must be a starter because we don't have a striker now. If we have someone who's doing the job right, then it will be just in depth and in other games, maybe when he becomes injured and stuff. But Caleb, Caleb.
Man, uthi go Caleb. What's your issue with Caleb? I want to hear that.
He's missing a lot of chances. Remember the game we played against? It was cheaper. I think it was cheaper than Abazwani introduced Khama Billiat. After the moment Khama crossed the ball, then Caleb was almost one-on-one. He didn't even hit the target. With Caleb there, you must produce five courses or five clear chances to him, and you will get one goal.
But Dinondlovu, some people will argue Uguti, he hasn't done much in South African football to come to Chiefs and be a starter.
But I saw his stats overseas. It's very good. The guy is scoring below. So and in Kaizer Chiefs we need goals.
Yeah,
that's what matters now. Whether he failed at Super Sports or and then at Chiefs we will have players to complement him. Look at Kiken Dori.
Sure.
Look at Sokota in there. And then we have because they will supply him. So if he doesn't perform, that's on him. But we have players to complement him.
Okay, so you are saying yay with Caleb. So what about the other targets that have been linked to Chiefs?
The other one is Mokojo, ne?
Mokojo, yes.
I think it will help the team very much because you can see Nange. Nange is not doing well there. I saw another video of you. You were saying he's going to Stellenbosch, not so on.
Well,
but if
Chiefs were offering to, apparently they're saying Chiefs wants to offer Unange and some money to get Usbong Senimtet, something like that. Rumors, as you know, they're always there.
Okay, but I think Mukojo will be a good addition to the squad because one, his experience. And then the guy is a ball player. It's not someone who will get in the middle and just mark and kick players. He can play. He can make us play. You see.
My question.
So I think.
My question, Tato, with Umkocho, at his age, why can't we find another younger defensive midfielder That's my thing, because it doesn't sit well with me to sign a 32-year-old. That doesn't help.
But in football, a 32-year-old is not that old. So some players, when they age, they become more matured and they can absorb the pressure in crucial games and they will perform. You see, and then with a person 32 years old, I think the legs are still there.
My problem is that you have a player like Cole Alexander, who has shown ukuthi he struggles under how Uzwane is trying to play with sort of high pressure, because we're not really playing high pressure. It's like he struggles. That's been my biggest concern with older players, because I feel like the legs are not there. Because another example for me is Uhlandi. Uguti, all these older players, they don't seem to have it in them. Like Billiat with the pressing, or even with the running, tracking back. We have Uhlandi who plays like he's trying to prevent an injury. You just have Cole now struggling. So it makes me question, Uguti, are they struggling under the system, Gazwane? And if older players are struggling under the system, why would we bring in more older people to the system that has proven to suffocate older players?
I don't think they are struggling because of the structure of the team and stuff. I think let me go to Shanti. You see with Shanti, the way that's left hand side it prevents Shanti to overlap. Instead, in most games, he tagged into the middle field. Sure. Why? Because Sekota is not a player who is playing in this modern front three. Because in that front three, they are all strikers. But Sekota, 90% of the time, you will get him on the touchline trying to cross that balls. You won't see him tagging in the middle field and trying combination passes. I don't know, maybe he's been coached. When you get the ball, go out wide and cross the ball. You see, with that being said, Shanti doesn't get a space to overlap. Because why? Because Sekota is always there. Because football says when a fullback overlaps, then the winger must tag in the middle to make space.
Yes.
But if you are having a winger, hence we are having the front three, not natural wingers who will be wide. We said the front three so that they must tag in so our fullbacks can go. You can see with Dolly, in most times he does what he tags in. Then maybe Frosla or Solomons can go. But in that side, it doesn't happen. And I think it's because Sekota is left-footed. When he goes inside, what will he do?
So I hear what you're saying, Uguti Uhlandi doesn't overlap, Sekota goes wide. My question is, don't you think him getting closer to him, at least to give him an option, would help? That's the first part of the question. The second part of the question is, don't you think also Uhlandi presence yakhe like further up front would actually confuse the defenders? Because usually Sekota, he's usually isolated with the defender and he doesn't have an option in midfield, so he tries to go forward and the movement end up not materializing. Don't you think playing with another player would actually help him?
On the first question, I'd like to say maybe it's a tactic from Zwane for him to tag in rather than to go wide with Sekota. And on the second point is that we are playing with a diamond shape in the middle field. So each middle fielder between maybe let's say it's Ngobo and Mat with block defending. When we attack, Blom must not Blom must overlook this side that we are attacking with. to assist with Sohota. That hence Klanti tucks in the midfield. You get that?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
So I think that is just a tactic from Zwane for Santi to tag in maybe and to take shots and stuff. Because you can see with Fosler, he used to tag in. I don't think they are just doing that because they want to. I think maybe they are told to do that.
It's just that I get what you're saying. My other problem is that sometimes you just feel like, okay, he could have perhaps overlapped in that case because Usekhota didn't have any other option. Because I feel like as much as players are coached, there is a point where a player also has to think, not rely on everything. Yeah, because if you're going to use everything that you are told by the coach 100% of the times, then we won't get to see you. We're always just gonna see a tactic, So that's my complaint, Nguti. I even feel like that comes to what Uzwane was saying, Nguti. He's perhaps saving himself, which could not be true because the tactic of midfielders, of winger, fullbacks tucking in, I've seen it very in a team like Manchester City. Kyle Walker tucks in, Uzinchenko when he was still there, he also tucked in. It didn't overlap like Khama fullbacks at Liverpool. So I hear you. Yeah, my biggest concern is still there to go to with all the players like Omokocho will have that problem, but hopefully that doesn't happen. I talked to Uanele in another video from Saturday. He told me we're talking about in the Bagaga Plomguti with Mukocho coming in. Do you think he will come in to sit on the bench if he does come? That is.
That will depend on the performance. If Blom put his foot down, then he must take the position and make it. Even Mukojo can overtake him and then perform better. Then the best player at the top of the day must play. Simple as that. Because we don't want people owning positions at Kaizer Chiefs. So no, Mukojo is owning the position. He doesn't perform, but he will always be on the team and stuff.
No, I hear you. Now, another player that we haven't touched on, because now we're talking about transfers, is Umashiane. Because what do you think should be done with Mashiane? Because we just talked about Hlant in that left back position, and Mashiane can play in that position. What do you think should be done with him? Because it doesn't seem like he's going to be playing anytime soon.
He will not play anytime soon because I think maybe they are more concerned about his this defensive work. Maybe he's not that good at defensive. Maybe we must play with 3 so that we can have 2 wing backs. Maybe he can be played then. But when we are playing with 4, I don't think Zwane trusts him that much. Maybe now they can loan him out too, and then he can go and get some game time elsewhere, because I think we must have depth that will produce when they get into the starting lineup. Not having Mashia on the bench, whereas we are not going to use him anytime soon. Even when Klanti can be injured now, they will opt for Fosler to that left-hand side rather than him.
True.
So I just think for the boy, he must just ask to be loaned. And then maybe he can get some game times and maybe he'll come back like Awosita Macheke. they were loaned and they came back better players.
Maybe the final one would be, while wrapping up, would be Hateb, just the last player. What do you think about him? Because seems like Samgelo Zwane is ahead of him now. So what do you think? It's his story, basically. What has gone wrong, or what's the issue there? Because I think I've seen him in one match this season and it wasn't bad. I think it was okay. But after that, nothing. Sabel.
I don't know. Davis is a very good player. I think even must touch based on Mashat, because Mashat is a very good player. I don't know why are they not playing? They must fight with Ngozi on that number 10 position. They can do better. So I must trust those boys and play them.
I actually wanted to talk about Mashat. I had 3 players in my mind that I wanted to talk about. Maybe there are players that I forgot about that we did not talk about. Who's that player that you want us to talk about, maybe because we are heading towards the end of the video?
Maybe let's touch base on Cole Alexander. After his performance on the guard when he came on, the guy really want to play, and he still got it in himself. And then he performed better, man. When we were second half, when he came on, and then who's this? Also Shabalala and Samgelo. So that midfielder was alright. The passing, they were playing okay.
Yeah.
I think maybe we should try this double pivot where is Blom and then maybe Cole Alexander.
Will we not be defensive though? Too defensive. Will we not be too defensive? Because Blom is already defensive. If we play him with Cole, are we not just getting more defensive?
Then we will depend on our wing backs to go further up, so that when we have 2 pivoters, one can cover the right and one can cover the left. Unlike them tagging in the middle fielder, they should go further up, because they are not giving us anything really when they tag in, to be honest. But if you can have someone with that eye of a pass like Cole Alexandra, something can happen, man, on that midfielder, and have someone on that free role number 10 who can operate on those points. Unlike having two midfielders up there, whereas in most of the time they are not giving us anything, because we have Matt and Gosingi. But a game can finish with them not giving our strikers a pass that will create a clear chance card there. So I think maybe playing one of them and then squad rotation. Maybe this game you can play Matlati there, next game then rather play them so that they must not be rusty and stuff. And then when they come after 3 months, we say they are not good to our and stuff.
Because the other argument that people use, Ugutuzwan is building, so they are trying to not fix what's not broken. And right now, I feel like with the double pivot, we saw against the Pirates, Uguti Blom and Matt were playing like that, and Blom most of the time, Matt was covering for Solomons, and then Blom was just doing everything in that dab. Autabang Guti, those two can already do that, because also Matt has a good passing. It's just that he hasn't done it that much, especially the long range passing, and Ustebe struggled to play long passes. Don't you think Mart?
You can go on.
No, Shuguti, you were saying something because I was saying with the double pivot that's already there. What's your take on them? Because that's how they played.
Yeah, I have a problem with Matt this season. Something is off about that point. Rather than the beautiful goal that he has scored, really he hasn't given us anything rather than that goal. Because when we look at it and look at his stats, no assist, no goal rather than that one. As a midfielder, it must raise concern. Or even the shorted goals. Martin Sikukune at Sukukune there loved to take shorted goals and he scored beautiful goals. But this season, so I think Matt also should not own that position. Hence, I'm saying maybe we should try with Alexandra and maybe it will spark something in his head or no, I have competition here.
Competition
and,
is
I should do better. I should do better if I want to keep my place in the starting lineup.
No, I hear you. So towards as we wrap up, my brother, what are your closing remarks? Because I'm sure we'll still have this conversation some other time in the near future. What do you want to say wrapping up?
I just want to say to the supporters, they must support the team and not support individuals, and try not to over criticize players, man. Because this is killing our team.
Yeah.
Because our comments and our critics, those players read them.
Sure, true.
And then they can be demoralized, and then maybe it can affect their performance and stuff. So to our Makosi fans, I want to say we must give them time so that I know we are building. We are building. Let us not rush. Let's build. Let's not over criticize these players. Let's support all of them. When someone is playing, let us not rise that. No, Spanish is much better and stuff. Let's support the team.
No, Tato, my brother, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe, to like the video, share the video. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time, come on, Tato. Remember, equals Alpelumo. Yeah.